Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? You all look beautiful. We are so delighted to have you here. I'm Dr. Jermaine World, president of Augusta Technical College, and welcome to Cougar Nation. Let's give a round of applause for these wonderful students and faculty behind me. Again, very honored to be here, and I'm just here to greet you, welcome you. Thank you, press, for your attendance. We have a tremendous lineup and some folks that want to give a few words of expressions to you. I want to just quickly tell you about Augusta Tech. We've been here since 1961, providing the workforce for this region for a number of years, and we're excited to celebrate advanced manufacturing. Within the last 2 years, these are just a few of the highlights and milestones for the college. We established the Advanced Manufacturing Night at the baseball stadium, where we're providing access for our K-12 partners to learn about advanced manufacturing while watching a great baseball game. We've invested in our first summer camp. Several of the young folks behind us were in class earlier today doing soldering and virtual reality. Moreover, we got $1.6 million from the Department of Energy and Education specifically to create a augmented virtual reality lab where our young folks can learn about manufacturing in a hands-on opportunity. Moreover, the state of Georgia recently invested $45 million for us to build our new advanced manufacturing facility, 81,000 square feet, to really pivot us into the next generation. And then within the last 2 weeks, we got $1 million donation, a pledge gift for our advanced manufacturing school. So you can see here at Augusta Tech, we're taking great prides and great strides. Thank you. Any education here? I want to also thank our partners at Aiken Technical College. Dr. Mahan, would you wave your hand? Dr. Mahan is our partner on the other side of the river doing extremely great work, and their students are also here with us. And then lastly, I do want to thank the staff of Augusta Technical College. This day, this week, yes, you can clap. This day, this week would not have happened. They've worked tirelessly with all the staff here. And so thank you all from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate your work. And so with that, I'm going to bring up the mayor of the city of Augusta, Mayor Garnett Johnson.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Garnett Johnson. I have the high honor and privilege of being the mayor for the city of Augusta. Today is a great day in Augusta, and it's special in that I'm excited to be here to welcome our distinguished guest and celebrate Augusta's selection as one of 5 hub workforce cities. The Augusta Workforce Hub Initiative seeks to build momentum for actions and partnerships that we will connect a broad range of people in the Augusta region to grant quality careers related to major federal and private sector energy investments, including construction, battery supply manufacturing, and nuclear energy. The initiative led by in partnership between my office with the city of Augusta, the U.S. Department of Energy, and the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, as well as 3 Augusta regional educational institutions, one being this great institution, Augusta Technical College, as my friend Jermaine World mentioned, Aiken Technical College, as well as the Richmond County School System. I'm looking forward to this great work that we're going to do here for Augusta, as well as we do together. And I ask that you please join me in welcoming our guest, Deputy Secretary of Energy, Mr. David Turk, U.S. Secretary of Education, Mr. Miguel Cardona, and our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden. Please give him a warm Augusta welcome.
Well, let me first start by thanking Dr. Whirl and everyone here in the Augusta Tech community. Go Cougars. Thank you for hosting us. And we got free t-shirts that I just told my staff I actually want to keep this one. So thank you for the spirit and for having us here. And thank you, Mayor Johnson, not only for welcoming us to your beautiful city, but I had a chance to ride over with the mayor from the airport over here. And just in that, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, it's clear that Augusta is incredibly lucky to have convinced you to run 6 months ago to become mayor. So thank you for stepping up and serving your community. And thanks to our other partners on this Augusta Workforce Hub, this is a big, big deal and a huge opportunity. So not only Augusta Tech, but Aiken Technical College and the whole Richmond County Public Schools. All of us working together have an incredible opportunity in front of us. And I certainly want to acknowledge Secretary Cardona's phenomenal leadership in our education department. Thank you for stepping up, serving your state, serving your country. And I have to acknowledge, of course, being up here on stage. It's a personal privilege, a personal inspiration, I suspect an inspiration to many of us, our First Lady of the United States. So I know I'm only a deputy secretary, so I'm going to keep this very brief and get to our full-fledged secretary and certainly our First Lady as well. But I just want us all to take a bit of a step back here and just appreciate the phenomenal and shared opportunity that we have in front of us. Thanks to this president's Invest in America agenda, it's affectionately known as Bidenomics these days, we're seeing hundreds of billions of dollars of investment in U.S. manufacturing. I happen to grow up in a steel community in the state of Illinois. And throughout my childhood, that steel community, that steel mill was closing. Each year, more people were laid off. I saw what impact that had to my friends, my family, my neighbors. And now we are going in the other direction, which is just phenomenal to see, not only here in Augusta, but in communities with real people all around our country. Having grown up in that steel mill, it's just a pleasure to be part of this administration with the president and our First Lady and their phenomenal leadership. And I want to give you just one concrete example, and there's an awful lot of examples in this administration of what I'm talking about, this Invest in America agenda. We've got a program, it's a battery manufacturing grant program that was passed in the last incredibly historic session of Congress. And there's a company here in Augusta, it's Solvay Specialty Polymers. They have been selected to negotiate an award, $178 million from the federal cost share part of it. Now, again, that's just one specific example, and there's an awful lot more examples in this community and in communities across Georgia, communities across our country. But what this means is we're going to have a battery manufacturing supply chain here in the U.S. with U.S. jobs, with the security that comes with that. We're talking about with this one plant, 500 construction jobs, 100 manufacturing jobs, and that's just the direct jobs. That's not even the indirect jobs and all that comes with that. And our shared task, and I think this is why this workforce hub is so important, is we need to make sure that these benefits from this Invest in America agenda happen, impact the entire community. It's not just good enough for some parts of the community to benefit. We need to make sure the entire community benefits and be intentional and purposeful and smart about that going forward. Which is why when we give out money and we are invested in money from all of you as federal taxpayers for this $170 million grant program and all the other grant programs we do, we require not just a nice to have, but a must have, a community benefits plan. So if you want to get money from the federal government, you've got to show how your money is benefiting not only your own bottom line, and it's great to make money in this country, but show how it's benefiting everyone in the community as a requirement. Incredibly proud. And we've got an opportunity to do this right. We've got an opportunity to do this smart. And we have to focus, just as the president has focused, just as the First Lady has focused throughout their careers, on people and real communities. So that's why this workforce hub, this Augusta workforce hub, it's one of only 5 in the entire country, Mayor. That's why this is so important and so much of a priority, certainly for us at the department and throughout this administration as well. So let me turn it over to Secretary Cardona, and then we'll get to the First Lady. Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you. Really, really happy to be here. I want to thank you for the introduction, Dave, and for the partnership. I want to thank Mayor Johnson and his family. I see his family here. I had a chance to meet them very briefly in the back. And Lauren, your face lit up when you walked into that room. The mayor's daughter, Lauren. Let's give her a round of applause. A reminder of why we do what we do. When you walked in, you know, you were lit up to meet the First Lady. We were just as excited to meet you. And I know it's a sacrifice to have your dad be the mayor, but there's some cool perks to it too, right? All right. Dr. World, President World, thank you for your leadership, for your guidance here, and for having an example of what we want other colleges to aspire to here at this college here. So thank you, President World. Deputy Secretary Turk, as I said, the partnership matters. The president said, we're going to do things whole of government, agencies, blur the lines between your agencies, work together, figure it out. Let's get it done for the American people. So glad we're able to travel together. And all the leaders here today, it takes all of us. How exciting is it to be here with Dr. Biden, the First Lady, huh? Let's go. She's an educator herself, and she and our president, they get it. They get that investing in education is investing in America. So I love seeing students holding up those signs. When we invest in providing students with knowledge and skills to get great jobs, both today and tomorrow, we invest in America. When we invest in giving our students more opportunities for hands-on learning like the advanced manufacturing boot camps that Augusta Tech offers, we introduce students to careers they might not have known existed. That's investing in America. When we invest in showing young people that they have a bright future where they grew up, that they don't have to leave, they could do it right here in Augusta. We invest in our community, we invest in our states, and we're investing in America. That's never been more important. It's never been more important. For too long, we've allowed a system to persist in America where high school students graduate without strong pathways to rewarding careers. Adults also need clear pathways to reskill or upskill and advance in the workforce. We are addressing the disconnect between high school, college, and workforce. That's what we're doing. Community and technical colleges play a huge role in fixing this. And that's exactly what you're doing with the Augusta Investing in America Workforce Hub. You're preparing current and future generations for in-demand, high-wage, highly skilled careers that will be created in the region thanks to President Biden's leadership in securing Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure law. We've been talking about infrastructure for years, for decades. Got it done. And the CHIPS and Science Act, where we're going to make things here in America. Yeah. Now, Augusta's leading with $1.4 billion in private sector investments in the area, from clean energy to advanced manufacturing and construction. We are in this together. Here in Augusta, you're starting this work early. On our tour just a little while ago, we saw middle schoolers, kids ages 12 to 14 in summer camp, taking what they know about science, technology, engineering, and math to build electronic devices. They were soldering. They were doing a great job. Not one burn. And they did it well. They even had safety glasses. They were doing great. Soon they'll be manufacturing our electric vehicles, building our semiconductors, and developing the next big thing to solve the next big challenge facing our country or the world. I'm proud that the Department of Education is a partner in funding opportunities like this across the country for kids. Because of unprecedented investments from this administration, a tsunami of great, well-paying jobs is coming. It's on us to make sure that our students are prepared to ride that wave. You are answering the call here at this college. I want to thank everyone at Augusta and Aiken Technical Colleges for your leadership. And I want to acknowledge Mayor Johnson and Superintendent Bradshaw for what you're doing to innovate the technical education programs in Richmond County high schools to meet the needs of employers. It requires all high schools to get on board. I'll close with this. Within the next 4 years, more than 70% of the jobs will require some form of post-secondary credential. But affording post-secondary education is a challenge for far too many Americans. That's why this administration has made the largest single investment in community and technical colleges. It's why we're encouraging states. It's why we're encouraging states to create more registered apprenticeships so people can earn while they learn. And it's why we're pushing to end, yeah, you can clap for that, earn while you learn. And look, as a high school tech graduate myself, we're working to end the stigma around career technical and agricultural education, recognizing it as a leading edge education, the supercharger for individual opportunity, local workforce development, and our national prosperity. Investing in our communities is a priority we can and should get behind. Let's deliver on that for Augusta, for Georgia, and for America. Thank you. And look, yeah, I know who you're here to see. I know who you're here to see. And, and I get the privilege of introducing the hardest working teacher I know, our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you. Thank you, Miguel, Secretary Cardona. So, you know, the whole reason we're here is because of the kids behind me. So kids, come on up. I know it's like, come on. Yeah, come closer. This is all about them, really. See, now they're going to put their shoulders back and hold those signs up high, not like, you know, in the back there. Look at that, see? Woo! Every day, you remind us, Miguel, why it matters so much to have an educator leading the Department of Education. And we're so grateful for all that you do. And that was a promise that, you know, I said to Joe when we were elected, we have to have someone who was a teacher to head the Department of Education. And we got the best. So thank you, Miguel. And Deputy Secretary Kirk, you and the Department of Energy are doing great work to help Georgians lead the way towards our clean energy of our future. Oh, he's over there. Thank you. Okay. And I also want to thank Mayor Johnson and his family, President Mahan, President Whirl, hi, down there, Superintendent Bradshaw, employers, and the labor leaders we have with us for your passion and your attention. Yay, labor! The speakers that we have with us today show how our entire government is invested in work here. And Joe's father used to say, you know, a job is a lot more than a paycheck. It's about dignity. And Joe watched his dad struggle to find good work. And he saw how a good job could change a family's path. He understands the middle class because he's from the middle class. And that's why he's strengthening communities like Augusta, fueling a nationwide manufacturing boom and creating new opportunities for hardworking families. His leadership has helped transform our economy with more than 13 million jobs created. Unemployment is now under 4%, and billions invested in our infrastructure and growing industries like clean energy and advanced manufacturing. And today, we're seeing what it looks like in real life. In May, the White House selected Augusta as one of the 5 cities in what we are calling the Biden Workforce Hub Initiative. See what a great job they're doing? They're even hollering and hooting up here. So through this initiative, we're focusing on key cities that have received significant investments from both the federal government and private companies. Here, that means a growing clean energy industry, building the facilities to manufacture the batteries of our powering our future. But in order to keep this progress going, employers need more skilled workers. So the Biden-Harris administration is working with local leaders, colleges and public schools, unions and employers to develop new training pathways to good careers created by those public and private investments. And they're working with the Department of Education to reach out to every community so more women, especially African American women, can access these pathways. To the little girls and all the women who are listening, the doors are open, and these jobs are for you too. As a community college professor myself, I'm so excited to see how this work changes people's lives. So last week I visited Columbus, and later today I'm traveling to Pittsburgh to see more of these programs up close. And I'm going to keep coming back to lift up your progress in what you're doing. Because for most people, a high school diploma alone just isn't enough to find a great career. But that doesn't mean that there's only one pathway to success. Students can take college courses in high school, like most of these students are here, enroll in registered apprenticeships, or earn associate's degree. And you know, I've been in the community college for so long, and I keep saying this and I've said it for years because I see how great my students are and their potential and what they rise to. And it's just, this program is just perfect. So the Biden education pathway starts with free, high quality, universal preschool, which I'm sure you all agree with, and creates a high school experience that prepares students for their next steps. It provides 2 years of affordable community college and opens up avenues to a 4-year degree, if that's what the students decide to do. It's the future of our workforce and how we build, and I know you've heard Joe say this a million times, how we build our economy from the bottom up and the middle out. Things like unemployment rates and jobs, they're not just numbers. They represent people, families trying to make a good living, like Joe's when he was growing up, like mine, and maybe like all of yours. They represent that young woman who looks at a paycheck from her new job and takes a deep breath for the first time in what feels like months. And maybe some of you have felt that when you get that first paycheck. And the dad who finally gets to say, okay, with a smile, when his son asks for new school shoes. The small business owner who can start expanding because her employees have the right skills and training to take on new projects. A job is a lot more than a paycheck. It's a path. It's a way to build the lives we want. And everyone, no matter where they live, deserves the chance to do just that. Now, hopefully you've been hearing about Bidenomics, and that's Joe's economic vision to rebuild the middle class. The investments and partnerships and pathways I've talked to you about today, they're all a part of how Bidenomics is working for you to do just that. Through investing in America, we can bring people together and fundamentally transform what it means to make a living and make a life here in the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you. you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. You did a great job. Great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate your effort coming out in the middle of the day, missing lunch. It really means a lot. We're excited about this is the kickoff to this initiative. We're excited about the jobs that we're going to create for the next generation, for those who aspire to want to live in Augusta and raise a family. So thank y'all for being here. This is just the beginning. Have a great day.